Well, welcome back to video number 2 of my trailer, cargo trailer conversion. You can see I got some windows, well, one window on that side, one on the other. Well, I'll take you inside and see all the changes. Now there's the other window, hidden by the bed frame, which I got to modify to make it a little bit lighter. It goes across onto these channels into grooves or things that what are they called? Got them around here somewhere. There they are. These things. That's just how they sit in there. That way I can remove it. Nothing's fixed because my ATV takes up most of the trailer. I don't use that if I go somewhere with the ATV. I'll be using an air mattress on the ground. But I'll show you the kitchen area. It's a little bit of a mess. Got a lot done. I got trim work and the roof, or the ceiling I should say. Not quite happy how it turned out. I figure it's good enough for now. Deal with it later. Got 2 lights. Turn some power on here. I got this wiring loveliness everywhere. Little fuse block. I still want to add another fuse to the main power, just so it's, you know, got us all of its bases covered. But just turn that on. That turns my main power on, which had the lights. Got different switches here. That one is for the main lights. That one's for the outside light. Blinded by the light. That one there runs a little computer fan, which doesn't really do much, so I've decided to install this in there when it gets warmer, instead of putting it here, because obviously I got no room to put it here now. What is this? And this one just lights that up. And all the lights have their own switches. I want to paint all this. There's a lot of painting I gotta do. Make this look a little nicer. Got a little sink I found used. I got a faucet coming. A 12-volt pump. I had to decide quite a bit whether or not I was going to use a 12-volt pump or a foot pump or a hand pump. I decided to go 12-volt just to save on the headaches, even though they're noisy as hell. I did have this little fridge, which is good, but it was a little small. So my brother had this kicking around. So now I got a full-size bar fridge that fits there. Just had to notch the 2x4s here, and then there's going to be some shelving area right here. I'm going to relocate that fire extinguisher somewhere else, maybe even to right here, so it's easier accessible. And I built this area, which is where the water tanks go. I got one of those for the clean and one for the gray water, which it just gravity drains into it. And then when it's full, I just take it out and empty it. I had that in there for now. That yellow cord actually goes to that plug. That's definitely not permanent. That was just temporary because I did test it for camping once. And it turned out really good. It never didn't look like this though. This wire here is for the solar panels. That's what that is. One of those cheap solar controllers. But I've decided to go a different route. Instead of just running the wire out that, I'm gonna put this on the outside. Somewhere, you know, somewhere there. So I can just plug in like an extension cord for the 2 solar panels. They're just little 40-watt panels. And then you might have noticed this. Yeah, I got a heater in here, finally. Just gotta move all these wires, all this nonsense here. Fridge wire. This is normally screwed down, but I unscrewed it so I can get this open. And that's where the heater is. I had originally notched out this area here because that little fridge was up as high as the 2x4 there. I have this heater came with a splitter, so I was going to put that there. And I was going to put one vent down in the corner over there and one over there. But then I decided on the bigger fridge, and that wasn't going to work. That's my battery charger. Nothing fancy. Just a regular charger and maintainer. This one right here, I turn that on. That turns on the solar panels. I decided to separate that. That way power wasn't going through it all the time. Little paper towel holder. I built these above cabinets. Lots of storage space. I want to do something different with the doors. I just needed something for now. They don't quite sit very nice. Change the hinges, or plus they're rounded, they're curved because of the boards were sitting out. The board was sitting outside. There's plenty of room in there. As you can tell, I got lazy with the insulation and went about that far. Probably do something different with it one day. I have a carbon monoxide detector and a fire detector, which the fire detector is not working right now. Oh man, I'm out of breath. I've got asthma, so talking a lot makes me out of breath. Yeah, I had to take the battery out of that, and I also had to remove that because I was using one of those Mr. Buddy heaters, and I didn't like it. Puts too much moisture in the air, and it would set this off in an instant, set that off in an instant. It's like, that's not safe. I got these little windows I got for free. The windows, the fan, and I think a couple other little things here and there I got from my dad's teardrop trailer. I had to tear apart. It got left to me when he passed away, and well, it got water damage in it. I'd like bigger windows, but oh, it's not in the budget right now. Still have to insulate this door. And I got to redo the seals. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see daylight coming in. Seals aren't that great. Same with this door. Water kind of comes in if it's hitting the right way. What else? Oh yeah, I guess I should show what I did on the tongue. So that's where I put the fuel tank. And then this is the battery box. I put my wheel chocks and such in here. I had to change this to a front crank. That way I can actually crank it. The old one only came up to like here. Well, you know, it's kind of hard to crank it. I built this little frame. Just a simple little frame to hold everything, because I didn't want to drill any holes into the tongue frame. Still got to mount that back. And I just used a trailer. I think that's a trailer axle, U-bolts. Bolt it down. Let's get under here and I'll show you the fuel system. There's where I have everything coming through, the little muffler over here. Air intake here for the diesel heater. I did have the wires coming through here, but I didn't want it touching metal, rubbing against it, so I have it coming through a plastic tube there. Now this diesel heater was a little finicky. It didn't want to prime for me, so I had to just, run it until it threw an error code and shut it off and try again, and I did that about 5 or 6 times. Once I was done that, I was able to use it. And all I have to do is turn that on and turns on the glow plug and it starts working. I still got to mount the spare tire on the wall on the outside, because it was mounted under here and obviously there's no room. I'll have to show it once I get the bed frame situated. Maybe I'll do another video showing that. Still have a bunch more to do. What else? I don't think there's much else to show you. Got that little shelf. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to cut a hole in the wall for an air conditioner or use my portable one. Just cut a smaller hole. Because it is a cargo trailer, it's going to get really friggin' hot in here. In the summertime, especially with these, I've only got the tiny windows, the window and the door and the roof vent. Oh, there goes the fuel pump. This thing heats up the trailer like nothing. Like, I tried it at -5 degrees Celsius and it brought it up to 17 in like less than half an hour. So that's good. Still want to mount the fridge down somehow, that way it doesn't move. But I think that's everything. If you like this video, hit that like button, and subscribe, and have a good one.